Hello, welcome back to another live session, traders. Another live session for another trading day. This is gonna be another very important day. You can see that gold I was looking at early today also posted analysis. This instrument currently trending, and we see that previous session has formed pretty sharp bear candle. The market may go for a breakdown here for a potential support break. The price on the daily chart currently is about to potentially go for a weak fill on the daily. We will be discussing in depth on how we can find trading opportunity along with the weak fill on the daily. If there is any trade coming along the way, we also will be looking to enter. On the 15-minute chart, I can spot a head and shoulder, so that could be a possible starting up a potential move here for this market to this support level and even dropping down further. So previous daily low is here on XAUUSD, which is pretty sharp support level that we can see, and with that drop, with that support, as this market form a head and shoulder on the 15 minutes, with that head and shoulder expecting that this market to possibly come back here to this support level, to this key level that we can see in this market. So this is a very important support at 3301 or 3300. So we will be looking for potential entry in this market for this move here on gold. Now if you look at the 4-hour or the intraday time frame, we can see previous session has formed a big bear candle. This session is potentially to break this support level. So how we can use this head and shoulder to trade, that was we will be looking at in this live session. Guys, if you are already here, make sure you say yes in the live chat, and also before I begin the full analysis as well as trade setup, give a thumbs up, smash the like button now, and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't done yet. So we'll go for a potentially a quick trade setup here. There is a head and shoulder as we can see on the 15 minutes, which possibly to break below, as this is a sharp head and shoulder here. From the 4-hour chart also we see a bear candle. So this 15 minutes price action that you can see here, it's a sharp here with a longer head and shoulder formation. So that head and shoulder possibly to break below, and there is a support that you can see. It's slowly trying to build pressure in that area. From the 1-hour we see back to back two bearish doji formation here in that market, which is also possibly showing a bear market. 30 minutes time frame also showing multiple rejection from the top, giving a high probability for this market to possibly to break below here. So whenever the market is showing possible entry after deeper pullback, we can look for sell as soon as we see the market has prepared for it. Now here is a large head and shoulder that you can see, and with this head and shoulder, let's draw this level of support. There is a support here and there is a big fair value gap. So we would like to trade this fair value gap after the market managed to break below. Therefore we will be waiting for a break below, but before it break below, we also will be using a pending order here for possible entry if the market breaks. We don't want to wait too long. So thank you for joining. Absolutely appreciate your support. Now let's look at here where we can find where we can place the pending order. From this 15-minute chart we can see that it's a bear market. So I would like to place a sell stop below this support level for possible drop here in this market. And from that sell stop, if we look at, let's see that the stop loss setup will be a little higher here. We will see that how far we can go for the stop loss, around 70 pip. It's a sell stop, not by market, so we will be placing the pending order here and once the market managed to break below here, expecting to drop to this fair value gap. So you will be taking 2 to 1 reward to risk in this trade. So this is a sell stop setup on XAUSD. Sell stop at 3320.52, stop loss setting at 3327.60, and TP target setting at 3305.70. This is the sell stop on XAUSD, setting up for another possible move, and let's wait for the market to show its hand. And once the market will be able to drop here, we can look for that entry opportunity in this market. Sell stop on XAUSD at 3320.5052, stop loss at 3327.60, and TP target will be taking at 3305.70. And this is a sell stop trade setup, as the market has formed a head and shoulder expecting to break below. If it breaks below, then only we will be entering into the trade, as this is a very important key level. The market is getting that rejection to the upside, and it might even go up for deeper liquidity grab before it breaks below here. We have some news coming later today. Okay, so we will see that in my zone, which is around 2 hours later, coming up, some high impact news that will give the market a stronger volatility. For today, we will see that this is a tentative, not data, but definitely that will have an increased volatility in the market, and that's what we need to see, an increased volatility. So are you guys ready with that? Say yes if you have that. Must be risk managed fully, which is very important. So place the sell stop at So we place the sell stop on XAUSD for a possible rejection in that direction. Once the market finally break the low, we will be on the trade. So that's the goal here. Now, one very important point that we need to look at now, the strategy, the education, the reason behind the trade, guys. It's very important that we always know the reason behind the trade, right? So which is the basis of all trades, that the strategy or the reason behind the trade. Now, if you look at this market, what we can see that it's a falling market, right? We saw multiple times here manipulated. Okay, 2 times the market has manipulated here, which has grabbed that liquidity in that area, and with the liquidity grab, the market has dropped and then pull back, another drop, deeper pullback, and now it formed a head and shoulder in that area, and we can see that it's a visible head and shoulder. Okay, now with that head and shoulder on the 15 minutes, as this market is a falling market expecting to break below, so if it breaks this support level, which is the 4-hour support that you can see, which is possibly forming a bearish candle, then we can expect this market to come back here to the downside, which is trading with the trend. Now, very important, guys, that whenever we are trading, we need to look for the market that is trending. Understanding trend is the crucial. Okay, how do you know the trend, right? So how do you understand the trend in the market, right? It's sometimes confusing that it's in a downtrend or in an uptrend. Okay, you see that probably in the 15 minutes head and shoulder, but from the daily you might see that something somewhere else. So how do you know that it's in an uptrend or in a downtrend? Okay, it's not a rocket science. Definitely there are 3 secrets in the market. Anytime keep in mind that if you want to be successfully trade the market, you don't need a lot of things, right? If you want to know the secret of the universe, according to Nikola Tesla, that think in terms of energy, frequency and vibration, right? So that's all about. There's nothing else. If you go to break down everything, go to the subatomic level, then you only see the energy and the frequency and the vibration, right? And similarly in the market, if you break down, you can't find anything else except market structure, liquidity and price action. So if you look at this market, how do you identify the direction of the trend? Is from the market structure, right? So to read the market structure, you need an indicator, right? You don't need an indicator. You see that I placed the moving averages, the 10 and 20 EMA. In fact, they're just an added confirmation. The way I read the market structure is by always, keep in mind guys, you will read the market structure by maintaining that series of, looking at series of lower high in a downtrend and series of higher low in an uptrend. Whenever the market manage to violate that market structure, that's where the entry, the BS or the breakup structure, whenever it happens, that's where you will be looking to trade the market. So now this is a very difficult task for some trader, right? Looking at the market structure and then patiently wait for the trade to come to you. But before you go to that point, you need to have that patience to enter the trade in the right time after a breakup structure, once you are identified properly the market structure. And this is the first secret. The second one is market structure, and then you need to know the liquidity, which is the fuel of the market. So how do you know the liquidity? That you can't see, right? You can see only the market structure and the price action. Liquidity is the invisible component of the market. There is always, keep in mind guys, everything has 2 sides on everything, right? One is abstract, the other is concrete. There's seen and unseen, visible and invisible. Then in the market there is also the visible part that you can see, the market structure and the price action, and the liquidity, which is the fuel of the market, is the invisible part of the chart that you can see when the market managed to grab that and started to move. Now, as you know that retail trader loses their account money, right? I also lost my account money. There was a time when I had a big loss and I learned from it. No one can become a better trader without losing. But if you are dedicated as a trader, that's where you started to see when the liquidity is taken by the market, by the smart money, and that's where the smart trading. Okay, and this is what, you know, today if you guys looked at the group, we have discussed about the key level, right? You need to know when, where the key level is being formed, and that's where the smart money trade from key level of support and resistance. These are some of the secrets that no one will tell you ever. Why? Because trading education is rare, and that's why here I openly discuss everything so that you guys can understand it and you can straight away apply the strategy as soon as you learn it, right? So if you look at here, now you can see that this is a head and shoulder, right, on 15-minute chart. Now where the market, how the market moved during this structure formation, okay, when the market is forming that market structure. If you look at that chart here, okay, where did the market in the past, the buyers or the sellers been interested in this market? Understanding that will give you a very good idea about the market always, because you can't know the future but you can predict it from the past, okay? As the market is just a bunch of patterns, anyone can learn trading, guys. Keep in mind that this is an universal language, right? You can, if you study a certain language, you cannot read or write the other language, but the language of the market is universal. It's based on pattern, right, that repeats over time. Everything repeats. So if you look at the past, you can predict the future, what happened in the past, right? So when you look at the pattern, you can predict the future in the same way that, you know, the human mind also same thing. According to science, 90% of our thinking is repetitive. That means what you have thought yesterday, 9 out of 10 you will be thinking today. So that's repetitive, right? It's a pattern that it's like a whirlpool, like a circular pattern coming one after one, and then the prediction also is predictable, right? Similarly, the market in the same way. If you look at the market, look at the past, always look left. Once you look at the left, what do you see? When the market has made a bigger move in one direction, and that's where you will be looking to enter, predicting the future. And that's the key level. That means that in the past the buyers were interested to buy. Now you will be entering in that time, because in the past the buyers were interested to buy or the sellers were interested to sell. If you look at the chart here, let's see how that applies, that key level strategy. Look at this one here, guys. This is the key. You can see it's an uptrend. When you see the market structure, you see that this is an uptrending market. The price below 20 EMA, right? This is a smart money. This is an order block, right? You see that drop with a green candle, narrow red, green candle, and then boom, bounce back to the upside. Now once you look at the key level, place that key level here and wait for the market to come down here, right? So what do you see? The market has dropped exactly to the key level and then bounce back to the upside. Not all drop or the price dropping to the key level will be an opportunity. Why? Because there is a certain way the market will behave, and that is where understanding the strategy, and that's why you need also some kind of assistance with the strategy, the tools. Okay, this is what we're discussing today, that if you can place some kind of tool here to tell you that okay, the market is here, you can, the market moved with a bigger ATR, okay, with a specific way that the smart money is buying from here, okay. That's where the bigger trade comes, because when the smart money is buying, the market is ready for a move, and that's what happened. You can see after that the market from here has made a significant bounce to the upside, and that's why you know, always look for a market that will give you a confirmation about the smart money volume in the market. How do you know that? Let's say this move happened, but you are at sleep or at work sometime, or maybe you're watching the live session but missed it. Don't miss any move by understanding how to trade those key levels. Okay, that's why I use personally a tool that just I need to drag and drop here to this key level, and whenever the market will drop to that key level, it will open position for me, right? So it's now time to upgrade yourself, right? So learn the rules, learn the strategy, use the tools to assist you to give you this kind of trade. This is the next generation trading, right? You need to be smart trader if you want to trade with the smart money. Keep in mind that smartest trader doesn't make money. To make money, you have to be smarter than the smartest. So that's how you can become a trader who can trade like a smart money. Say yes in the live chat if you want to be a profitable trader. I see quite a few, so please, thank you very much. Now we are waiting for a break below. If the market drops from this head and shoulder, we will be entering into the trade. Thank you. Where should we sell, sir? So we place the pending order, which is the sell stop. If you guys haven't looked at it, I'm bringing it here again. So we place the sell stop, which is the pending order, below this support level. If the market drop there, then we will be entering into the trade. Can we sell? Really in need some cool profit. Yeah, very good. Be patient. Keep in mind, guys, as I mentioned, okay, we do have very successful trades. Sometimes we do have unsuccessful trades. That's a part of trading, right? But the key here is to keep in control of your trading, right? Of your account. Now, as we discuss with the key level strategy, keep in mind, you won't find all trade winner. No, not possible. But bigger win is the secret. So when you trade from the key level, you can find the trade that will give you like a giant trade, right? That's what we need. And with proper risk management. Risk management is key here. So if you look at this market, what do you see? Now you can see that here is also, whenever the market is forming a key level, it's very simple. You just draw the key level and let the market do the job for you, right? So very simple. Now I would like to ask you a question, guys. Say, let me see, be participative on that. So you can see that here is, this is a some key level are very identical. If you look at the lower time frame, you can see this over and over again in the market. So you can see it's a very identical key level here. Okay, when the market moved there and drop back down, so here you know that this market left a key level here. Okay, so and then let the market go there, right? So if the market is hitting that key level, you can see it just and then dropped a lot, right? So that's where you need to wait for bigger wins from a very important area of value, and then wait for the next one, and that's how we can keep growing as a trader. That's where we need to look at growing. Target, thank you very much. I'm bearish gold target 3290. Thought on it 3290. Still, as I mentioned earlier, the thing might happen is that the price may try to retest this daily high, but I think it may not be able to be successful. If you look at the 4 hour here, what do you see? That there is a bearish engulfer, and at any point we could see that this market is breaking below, and that's where high probability trade will come here. Okay, so you can look at that 1 hour doji. Now the price is going back up again for deeper liquidity grab. This is the 15 minutes head and shoulder, and we are not opening with this head and shoulder, as we would like to see the market has broken from the head and shoulder. Okay, that's where the key, you need to wait for a break we could enter by market by thinking that okay, this is a head and shoulder, the market may drop. But what it's doing here is that you can see it's also the market has moved from this key level. This is also a key level, and the price has moved back to another key level. This is also another key resistance line, and it may go ahead, hit that level, and could push back down. But once the price will be able to break that support level, that's where the entry, that's where the proper trading opportunity that you will be taking in. And bearish gold target, thank you very much, sir. Can you sell flag? Welcome. 1 hour is bullish engulfer. No, this is a bullish engulfer, but we see the market is approaching that resistance line. There is an imbalance here. It might go certain level, and we will be waiting for that market to return back again in the direction of the trend. And if you look at here, what do you see? That this is the daily price where the market has reached that, and from that zone we can see the price has broken below here. So we would like to see that this market has moved back to the upside. So in the long run picture, do you see gold testing weekly 20 EMA? Possible, because this is the way the market structure form here. What I think, gold may potentially, what do you think, that gold gonna be bearish, or you think that it's gonna move back to the upside again? Let me ask with a poll. Okay, what's your opinion on gold? Let me see how many traders believe that it's gonna be bullish, bearish. Let's see how you guys interpret that. Keep in mind that market is belief, right? Everything moves as per the belief. The more people believe that the market will go up, it's gonna go up. Okay, and that's where we need to look at. So here you can see the market touch that resistance, and now we could see either to go up again for this zone here, this is an imbalance here, or to break below here. Okay, so this is an imbalance in that area. Now you can see that it's an imbalance, and from that imbalance, so you could see the market to return back here to create a new lower low. Let's see where it is heading to. So can you have a look at GJ? Yes, we can look also GBPJPY if there is any entry. Now we can see that GBPJPY is in a bullish trend. We saw quite a few dodgy formation here. The price has made its move back to the upside after this daily pullback, and it's a sharply bull market here that we can see on GBPJPY. And that bull market, if you guys look at, you can see that from here, which is an important previous level on GJ, and the market is possibly having a reaction back to the upside on GBPJPY here. So if you look at GBPJPY, if it drops down here for another retest, we might see that GJ to revert back again to the upside from this level here. So GBPJPY, we can see that there is a bullish move here, and with that bullish move that we can see, this is the daily price. Now for me, this will be a very good entry on GJ if the price pull back to the daily support. Here is the daily support that you can see on GBPJPY, which can possible for the market later today to drop again to the daily support, and that's where the opportunity may come here. If the market drops here, as you can see, there is a neckline here as well. So this is the neckline of this inverted head and shoulder that we discussed about the key level. So this is the key level here in this market. The price has formed this red move and then bounced to the green move. So if this market after this what you can see here, okay, so we had I hope that you guys can hear me now. I think it's visible now. Thank you. Now GBPJPY, we can see that there was this is a very sharp bounce to the upside and expecting a pullback to this support, and that's where we will be entering into the trade on GJ. Let's look at the XAUUSD again, and you can see the market now having a rejection on the 15 minutes from this key level. The price started to drop again. Now this is what I was discussing about. You can see that the power of key level, this is the key level, the market has dropped to the upside, and again another key level where the market again started to break below. Now here is our pending order, the sell stop that I placed on XAUUSD. If this market breaks below from this head and shoulder, which will be a very good area for us to look for potential selling opportunity in this market. So this is what we're looking to see on XAUUSD for a possible drop here. Let's see where the market is potentially be heading here. We can see here the market from this head and shoulder is pushing back down, and we might see that this market to potentially come back here or even breaking below further to this long-term support level on XAUUSD. Now with the drop, expecting that the market to trend back down here to create a new lower low in this market. So once the market will be able to break below, that's where we will be entering into this trade here to this support level. Now we can see that after retesting this key level, the price started to melt down here, and with that melting down, expecting that break of this support, if we see the market has broken below the support here, that break below is where we will be entering into the trade here to create a new lower low in this market. And in the meantime, traders, if you are enjoying the live session that we are doing every day, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. Now here is, you can see after retest of this key level with a move. So you can see if we look at the ATR perspective of this move in this market, that we see ATR is here 39 pip, and we can see the market is almost moved to nearly to 2 ATR, and then started to break below from that level. Now you can see it's trying to break below, and this break, if the market goes here, we are on the trade. So I place the sell stop, and if this market coming here, we will be looking into the entry. So we set the sell stop, waiting for a possible entry, and as soon as we see the market has given that entry, we are on the trade. And if you look at here, you can see this is a move, and that's where the key level of support. Okay, so if the market breaks below from this head and shoulder, we can expect it to come back here. This is a support level, and there is a fair value gap. Are you guys ready for a possible move? And if you said this one with me, say yes in the live chat. Thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Robin, yes. So anyone else with this setup on sell stop? So this is on Xauusd. Yeah, sell stop, there we placed it. Well, we can see there is a drop from that level with full risk management. Risk management is key. Keep in mind, guys. That's where the real secret of becoming a successful trader is to look at the risk management. So you can see the market started to drop from this high, and which is a very important resistance, expecting that the market to trend here in that direction to this support to create a new lower low. And that being said, we can see it's started to break below from this key level, which is a very important level. In the past, we saw the price has got rejection from here with a big move, has gone back to that level, and again another rejection. And that rejection, expecting that this market to trend here to this support level to see where the price is coming in that direction. Now, patience is key, as I mentioned, as a part of a sound or a very strong trading psychology. Because trading psychology is a very big part of your trading success. Either you are a short-term trader or a long-term trader. Trading psychology is very important, because when you set the trade and it triggers, okay, there is always an emotional response goes on when the trade is on. So the key here is not to be too emotionally attached with the trade, right? It's not easy, I know, but if you understand how emotion plays a role in trading, it becomes much more easier for you to regulate that. Do you think that you are fully resilient emotionally in your trading? Kevin, welcome. Robin, I'm sell stop. Okay, miss. All right, welcome. Now, this is a big drop here. It's not easy, right, to become very good at handling the emotion or becoming very good trader in terms of trading psychology. But if you just set your mind, it's gonna be easy, right? That's what it is, setting the mind, okay? Setting a clear intention of becoming a better trader. And then you will see the shift will happen. You started to see that you are being able to, okay, you are being able to be very good in your emotion. Now, find a clear reason. This is really works, guys. keep in mind. You may not find a relationship with the being a better at trading psychology or having a reason for becoming a trader, right? When we set an intention or reason for trading, it creates an opposite emotion, okay? Then what might cause you to not to be a good trader? When you have a strong desire to become a better trader, that's where you become very good at handling your emotion when coming into the trading. You can see it's a big drop coming from this resistance line. We are on the trade. Yep, the trade is active with me, and I'm going to run it, and it's a big drop so far. The market has just broken that support that we discussed and holding on to that. Let's see how much we can take. This is the 15 minutes closed, and it's a pretty sharp drop back below this support, and would like to see that continuation. I'm holding on to that. 15 minutes close, a big bear candle, holding on to that for another drop, right? So we are on that, and here coming to 25 pip, 26 pip running profit. This is a fair value gap, so imbalance in the market, wanting to see that it's breaking below here. This is 30 minutes price action, and let's see how much it's coming. This is the nearest level of support here, holding on to that. So looking at the 1 minute, you can see that it's a sharp break below, and that break below on XAUUSD is where we can see the market is trending and creating series of lower high and lower low. Wanting to see the market is coming back below. Where we can see the market is having that breakdown to the support level, and that break, this is the 30 minutes. We see that from this head and shoulder, complete downside, looking at the 5 minutes, we can see that a complete break below. So would like to see this is 5 minutes candle. If it is not being able to break above, we might see that ultimately breaking below here, and that's why we're waiting for that move on XAUSD at least to this level. If the market come to 3311 level, which gonna be a significant move, and below this level it's pure an imbalance in this zone, and waiting for that 5 minutes candle to close potentially as a narrow doji. And once we see that it managed to break below as a narrow doji, that's where we are looking into this trade here. We are looking for a possible entry in this market. We are already on the trade, and we might be even adding position if we see that the market has given another entry opportunity after price action confirmation. But let's first run this trade here, and if we can take this trade up to this level, which will be almost 100 pip, quite a bit up, okay, and waiting for another wave of drop here. Okay, so we see that there's a 5 minutes candle closing as a narrow doji, and so 1 hour candle that you can see, which is closing in 9 minutes, back to back 3 candle has rejected from this resistance. So which what we could see here, that this market to reject back again from that level. The market does this, you'll see that over and over again. It might move up and down multiple times, and that up and down with multiple times giving a probability for this market to potentially drop here to that support level. Are you guys ready? So we can see some if we see this 5 minutes candle is closing as a bearish engulfer, then we still can expect here this market to remain bearish in that direction. Now that being said, we can see the market is in a trend that we're expecting to remain bearish in that area. Okay, so what we can see here in this area, that this market is this is a long wick, and here is forming couple of smaller doji. Now support is the price has broken that support, retesting support as a resistance, and that retest needs to be holding for another drop in that direction here, and waiting for that to happen potentially for the market to reject back from that level to the downside here. And we can see the market from this level has reached that level, and this is support here, support here, support here, which is turning resistance, and the price is now support, support, and also support, turning resistance, expecting it to melt back down here to the downside to create a new lower low. So you see another 5 minutes candle closed. It's another 40 seconds for this candle to close, and if this one is closing as a long wick or a rejection from the top, then we can expect further downside here, that where we can see 1 minute chart potentially showing some kind of bearish move. hope that guys you are enjoying the live session. If you're enjoying, make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. So you can see here the market is in that area trying to get back below. Now that's consolidation is crucial to see if it is getting the rejection. Now 1 hour closing, this is the 1 hour candle which created series of lower high here, quite a few long wick in this area. And quite a few long wick candle. If you guys look at it, you can see that 3 back-to-back 3 1 hour candle form series of lower high with a rejection from the same level, which is very interesting price action. If you look at, you can see when you look at the price action, you will see that how the market or the sellers did that. So if you look at here, this is a 1 hour bearish candle followed by one has gone up, drop, close as a pin bar. The other one has gone up, close as a pin bar. Third one also has gone up, now closing in 3 minutes potentially as a pin bar. So this level is a selling level and creating a series of lower high from 10 and 20 EMA. And if this market, what I think that if it drops down, it might boom break below here, and there is a daily weak fill. So you can see the market on the daily low. So that's where that's why I'm short. Now anything can happen in trading. I could be the market is still could go back up and grab that liquidity, can come back down, but here the probability, we do the risk management properly, and therefore this is the 5 minutes candle. You can see it's forming a pin bar again on the 5 minutes, and the probability for trend continuation is higher. That's why you entered. Now 1 minute chart, this is also forming a head and shoulder. So this is the previous swing low here on the 1 minute chart, expecting it to come back here to break that low and then to create a new lower low. The price has tested the 20 EMA and getting the rejection. So this is a mirror level that you can see, mirror level that in the past the price tested this high, gone back up from this level and also came here, has gone back to create a new higher high. So it was ranging in that level quite a few long time. Finally it managed to break below, and again it tested that high support as a resistance, and we see that there is a rejection. So this level might hold, and if this level hold, we should be able to see a trend continuation in that direction, and we are waiting for that to see that the market is breaking below and continuing. This is the 15 minutes candle closing in 1 minute later. If this candle expecting it to close as a kind of dodgy or a narrow bear candle or narrow bull candle, so that the next one can form in the bearish direction. Okay, so it's closing as a with a head and shoulder here. I'm on the sell, still holding on to that trade, and I believe that you guys also holding on to that trade. Say yes if you are holding on to that. And if you are holding on to that, make sure you say yes, so you know that how many members with this trade. And also, if you didn't like this stream, you can subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet, so you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. Probably you are following me long time but forgot it. Cool. Now here it's 1 hour candle closed. So what kind of candle closed? As a 1 hour, which is a bearish doji. It has a long wick at the bottom. So that being said, is still a probability for a weak fill here on the 1 hour. So if it comes for this weak fill, that could lead the price to back down here. Before the weak fill, we might see some pullback here. So you see one green candle again pushed back towards the upside here. All right, we see that, and 1 minute 20 EMA cross, a rejection, and that's where the market is pushing back down. 15 minutes close as a bear candle, and we see that rejection. So coming down here in the direction of the trend, I'm running in, holding on to the trade for a drop. So we see that the market started to continue the bearish trend. On the trade, so you see the market is on the bearish trend here, and which is moving in the direction that I expected. And 23 pip, 24 pip move that we can see. And that being said, we are on the trade, holding on to that. Understanding the trend is very important, as you know that. And also we do take randomly in the academy to join us in the premium group. So today we take 5 members from the Telegram, and currently it's closed again. Anytime you might be able to find a way to join there. So I'm sharing with you the Telegram link below. Stay connected on the Telegram for any updates. You might be able to find anytime an entry opportunity to the academy where you can learn my strategy. You can use my trading tool, and also you can see how I'm trading. I do share all my trade, including the live update in the market, regular analysis, and everything to help the community so that we can trade together to learn and grow as a trader. So stay connected by joining the Telegram, where you can find more often updates in the Telegram, where you might be seeing a link to join the premium whenever it arises. So don't miss out that opportunity by staying connected by joining the Telegram here. So we see that bearish market, the price started to drop, holding on to that as the market is trending. So when the market is trending, we are most likely to see further drop. Here we are almost how many pip move that you can see, 29 pip. Can I join? I mean, you guys can join the Telegram where you might find anytime a coupon to join to the academy, which randomly given more often from the free Telegram channel to join the academy, but currently it's closed, so currently not available. But if you stay connected to the free Telegram, you might. So we are back on this, and okay, so we are almost running quite a few pip profit here, still coming down here. So 44 pip profit running on this, and I'm going to take, because on the support level, I'm going to close my position with 44 pip profit on this. So I'm closing profit. I've closed profit. So we closed the profit 45 pip on that, around 44-45 pip, which has made significant drop here as per the strategy, and it's on a support level. It might drop further, but I'm out with this trade, quite a few pip move, and I'm happy to see that the market has come back to that support. It might push up for a pullback or may drop further back below. But as you can see, this is the 1 hour chart, pretty sharp bearish move, and that's where the market is showing that probability for another drop, and I am out with the trade. If you guys excited with this trade, make sure you like this stream, subscribe to the channel for more, and we are out with the trade. Say yes in the live chat if you have got that trade. We see that it's done. As I mentioned earlier, risk management is key to be profitable as a trader. Thank you. Awesome. How many of you guys? Thank you very much. If you guys have enjoyed this trade, say yes in the live chat. So still keep coming down as there is a fair value gap, and we may see that potential further continuation here on this market, and which is continuous towards the downside. So you can see from here, it made its move back to the downside here. And that being said, okay, that being said here, we can see the market is having that trend back below, and we could see that this market to continue with that downtrend here to this support level, and that you see it's pushing back down. And now for us to find another entry, as you can see, this is what I discussed, guys, in the beginning of the session, is for with that head and shoulder formation. You see this green candle back to the upside was a false breakout, and immediately the market has returned from that level. So this kind of move understanding is crucial for entry always, that you can see. And more often you see this kind of move is very important to look at when you see the price is approaching this kind of level, to see that the market is giving this kind of opportunity and taking it in time. Now with that triple top formation here, we can see the market has made its move back to the downside. It has broken the support level, and we may see the price to continue further. We can look for further entry opportunity as soon as we will find it. And in addition to that, let's look at the GBPJPY here. We see that GJ is in a bullish trend and is still continuing, along with GJ. Dollar yen also in a bullish trend. XAUUSD is in a bearish trend, and we see quite a few instruments as of dollar yen, euro dollar, quite a few instruments currently in a trend. British pound US dollar also, you can see that it's in a trend here. Now looking at on XAUUSD, as it's continuing, let's delete those lines. We successfully closed that 45 pip trade, and we look to see that for further opportunity. That's why we're waiting to see the next entry. This is the 4-hour candle. As you can see, 4-hour, there is a bearish engulfer that you can see the market has crossed that high, grabbed the liquidity with a bearish engulfer, and then we saw that there is another bearish engulfer here, which is also very important bearish candle, and this candle is also closing in 45 minutes. But I think that if this market, if you look at the daily, so you can see the price after testing this coming down, so there is a probability for a daily weak fill. So if that's the case, if that's the daily weak fill, then we may see that a little further down to break this very long-term monthly support. The market is almost to the monthly support, and from this monthly support, if this price penetrate below, we might see a retest and then potentially rejection back to the upside here. So that this support is a long-term support here, that you can see it's a monthly support. The market has in the beginning made a move from here. The price has come back to that level, which is a key level that we discussed in the beginning. Trading from key level is very important, and you can see that the market has made another move, and now the price again did the same thing. We saw that a straight drop to the key level, and now from here has gone up for a pullback. But with this pullback, what the price did here is that it grabbed that liquidity, which is a stronger liquidity grab, and form a bearish engulfer, followed by this session also forming another bearish candle on XAUUSD. And after forming back-to-back two bearish candlestick pattern here on XAUUSD, the market has started to move back again, and that is giving a probability for this price to potentially to continue to downtrend here to this support level. That's what we're waiting to see. Now it's a falling market. Now if we see the market in the 4-hour, probably we see another liquidity and another pullback to the upside. This is current previous sessions candle, which is very important for our support, and the market may if the price go ahead here for another retest, that's where the possible opportunity for us to enter again for another bearish move here. It's a falling market and we may see that potential continuation. So the 4-hour support is here. Okay, you can see the market has broken that level, which was a support here in the past, made it move, drop to that level, again another move, and we saw that there was also false breakout from that level, and after doji formation the market has broken below here. Now with that break, with this one here, we may see if the market, this is the 15 minutes, and we have another this 4-hour candle to close almost 40 minutes, we may see the market to go ahead and retest and then to revert back. Okay, so understanding market structure, as we discussed in the beginning of the session, is key, right? And because the market moves according to the structure, according to the pattern, so once you can recognize those patterns, it becomes much easier to identify the move and to understand either to buy or sell this market, right? That's what we're looking at to understand when the price is ready for a move. If you look at here, after this false breakout, big red candle, narrow doji, another red candle, it might form another narrow doji that could bring that price again back to the support level here. Waiting for a possible pullback. Now this is, you can see it's a sharply downtrend, but in case again the market is going back to hit that level here, which is 3322 level, which less likely, that will be another sell opportunity, and we will look for another sell if the market goes back to that level. There's a 40 minutes time to close this candle, but it's a bear market, so we might see that another bearish drop. So if the market is going here for pullback to this level, we can look for sell again. Okay, and the 5 minutes, if it is a one continuous move to the upside to this key level, that will be a very good area to look for potential selling again in this market. So you see the big drop, narrow pullback, another drop. If it goes up for a deeper pullback, that's where high probability trade setup will come in this market. So this is a 4-hour candle that if this one is closing as a long wick doji, especially a little higher, we might see that again wick fill in this market. So 2 5-minute candle that you can see back to back, testing this, creating possible another downtrending market structure, and that might bring the price further back to the downside here. And if you look at the 4-hour, as this market has broken below what I think before the candle close, even it could come for bigger drop. As you can see, this is a 30-minute candle, which is also significantly bearish market. 5 minutes showing a long narrow doji, which is also bearish price action here. And this market possibly to be bearish again, that you can see. So you can see that this is a lower time frame price action where sharp drop in that direction and with a long wick doji. Now looking at the 4-hour here and the 1-hour, minutes. So it's a pretty sharply falling market that you can see, and in that falling market, so if we look at here, we can see the market creating a bearish market structure. For us to find another entry, we would like to see that the market from this level, you can see back to back three long wick candles formation, pretty sharp drop here with a long wick doji followed by a bear candle, and that bear candle potentially giving a probability in this market to come back here to this support level. Here is a there's a big fair value gap, so this is an imbalance in the market. If you guys look at it, you can see this is a green candle and there is no red candle in that side. So if this market breaks below, we might see the market to come back here to this support level here. And so to see how the 4-hour closing, which is very important to look at. We still have quite a few minutes to go, and if you look at here, this kind of market structure is very important. This is a full bearish candle with a sharp liquidity grab, and after that the market has broken this daily low. Now there is a daily, if you look at here, you can see there's a daily long wick. Now this kind of long wick, if the market is coming to fill that, which we could see that the market is coming for a weak fill on the daily, then once it is coming for a weak fill on the daily, then we might see the market is coming here to for the weak fill, breaking below further, and then continuing to this support level here. That might be, or even below, because if you look at here, you can see it's a reversal pattern formation. So with that reversal pattern, it is possible for this market to have a stronger downtrend, as from the monthly it has not done enough monthly pullback in this uptrending market, and the price, as it has rejection from this monthly higher high, we could see now at least to test this monthly support, and probably from this monthly support we might say short-term bounce. But yesterday we saw the prices almost nearly to that, up to here 3295 level, and then bounced. So it's approaching that level one day after one. In the past we saw the market reach that level during the NFP, has gone back up, and so slowly it's creating a new lower low that could give this price to possibly to test here. So if you look at here, you can see it's a falling market formation, and that falling market is a 4-hour chart. Price is forming that bearish pattern, and that level to this level, the market may remain bearish here for new lower low. This is the 30 minutes, and I was mostly looking at the 4-hour chart. If going back up for a pullback on the 4-hour, that's where you will be able to find better entry opportunity. So daily week fill is where you can see the market is coming. It's an organized downtrend. We see that from here, big drop and then pull back. So leaving a key level here. Now the market, less likely that it's gonna go up for another retest, but I think it may potentially continue, though we see back-to-back 3 1-hour long wick doji here formation, which created a huge imbalance in the market on the upside as well. Now that's where is the market trend showing significant bearish. Now let's draw these swing high levels that we can see currently, which if the market breaks any of this swing high, that's where we will find another possible entry after the break of any of the swing high. 30 minutes candle close here, which is also falling market. Red live, I'm still holding my trade 40 pip. Okay, thank you for online session. Yeah, absolutely, God bless your heart. Thank you for that. You too. Yeah, this is where we try to, the main goal of this live session is to create traders and also help traders, right? So if you are a trader who not being able to trade properly, this is where you will be learning, and you can learn yourself, but having a guidance is always helpful, because when you trade yourself, the simple mistakes can be sometimes very difficult, and it is always a good idea is to trade on a live market once you understand fully how to do the risk management settings, how to analyze the market, how to enter the trade, especially entry to the trade in the beginning without risk management is not a good idea. First of all, learn the lot sizing, learn the risk management settings, and then you can start to trade properly. And once you learn how to trade, it's much easier, right? Because entering into an important level and then holding on to the trade, that's all need to be successful as a trader. And that's what we discussed that in the beginning, identifying the key level. So the tool that I use also, as we mentioned, is to find trades from a key level. So what do I mean by this? If you look at here, this market that we discussed in the beginning, and you can see from here in the past, the buyers interested to buy, okay, and from that, okay, which is a demand zone, and from this demand zone, the price has gone back up. Now we see the market drop to the demand zone with the same move. Now if you look at this move here, you can see almost 280-year move, and that key level, okay, is when the market is buffering. Okay, okay, thank you. I hope that it's now okay. Hope that it's okay now. So here is as we discussed about the levels. So what is, you'll see that when the price, okay, the price hit certain key level, I'll create a separate lessons on that one as also posting on the channel. When the market hit certain level, not always it will reverse. There are ways the market approach those levels. You see that sometime the price might be forming smaller candles. Okay, so when it form those smaller candle with a pullback and approaching the key level, you might see that it just approached that key level and break that, and the market started to move back to the upside. But at some point you'll see some key level holds, and when the price reverse from those key level, it becomes a pretty big move. Now you can see here this one. All right, so if you look at here, you can see this is also a key level, and the market has approached that key level, and pretty big move, right? Market drop, and it may drop a lot. So if you know that in the right direction, trading from a very important key level, you can catch big move, that giant trades, right? Bigger trades. And that's the secret of becoming a profitable trader. Now, how do you identify that move? Okay, how do you know that the price is approaching that key level, it will be reversed, or it's gonna break? There are ways to increase, because nothing you can say 100% guarantee all the time, but there are ways you can increase your chances of happening, right? Along with, if you use a bigger win, that's the secret of becoming a profitable trader. And that's manually sometimes it's become very hard, because you need to wait, especially if you are trading on the lower time frame. If you are trading on 4 hour, maybe you can draw a key level on the 4 hour and draw it here, and then wait for almost ages the price to go there. But if you're trading, let's say 1 minute using the key level, that's the very fast, right? In a day you can catch 3-4 trades in a day. And that's why this is my favorite tool that I use to identify those key levels. So I just draw the key level. If the price hit that key level in a certain way with ATR is very important. The market may have a reversal. Okay, that is the secret. Now what I need to do here now with this tool, I just draw the key level and leave it, and I go for work, sleep, whatever. Though my work is here all day long, trading, mentoring, creating content. But for those who have a work, just draw the key level and then leave the rest. The tool will take the trade with proper risk management. Now if the move is not in a way that it's not satisfying the rules, it's not gonna take the trade. So you're leaving a big job to the AI trading tool. That's the secret of becoming profitable trader. Anyone can use it. And if you are in the academy, currently, as I mentioned, you can stay connected in the Telegram channel. We take randomly in the academy when it is opened. For those who are in the academy, can access this trading tool to trade the market with incredible ability to keep your trading for life. It's a life-changing tool, and it's exclusively available from here, from this academy, and I will be displaying more on the VIP live trading room. And also in this session, when we are doing the live session, if you guys following the live session, you'll see how I am trading using this tool. Only to need to identify the key level, and that's the this is the trade, this is the strategy that I was trading very long time, but manually. Now we have the tool to find those trade with an incredible precision and more efficiency with risk management and trading based on smart money system. And give a thumbs up if you think that you are ready for that. Give a thumbs up and also say yes if you are ready for that. You need something that can change everything, right? We need something that can change everything, and that's what it is. Now it's 2025, 2026. We need to trade like a smart money, guys. It's not gonna happen if we trade like a retail trader. As I mentioned in the beginning of this session, you have to be smarter than the smartest. And that's what it is. You need something that is not there before to beat those who are smarter than you. And that's why here the original tools available to trade the market that market have never seen before. And I'm here with all of you guys to trade every single day, to learn and grow as a trader. And here this academy is created to change life of the traders already, for those who are, you know that. And the only thing that you need to do is commit yourself to become a consistently profitable trader by keeping aside a little bit of time for learning, right? Anything you want to do, you need to learn. Nothing will happen without learning. But it's fun. Trading, learning as a trader is a fun, right? It's quite fun. If you know, because rather than, we need to, as a trader, we need to grow our account. And growing account is always fun, right? When you see that the profit running, it's fun. And to be part of that, I'm also happy that I have a lot of members currently trading here. We are growing and we would like to grow together by becoming a consistently profitable trader and also trading Xauusd, also currency, anything that can be traded, as long as you know that how to manage risk, how to trade with the trend, how to trade from important levels like the smart money. Now we are having a news coming up in 13 minutes. So let's look at here. It's not any data, it's a tentative. So there will be some volatility very soon. So let's keep eye now what's happening in the market. We see there is a pullback as we discussed on the 4-hour chart. This is the 4-hour time frame, and would like to see that this candle is going up for possible pullback here. And 13 minutes, this is the 15 minutes price action, which is that we can see a push back to the upside, expecting to go back up here. If we see the 4-hour candle has gone up for another move, we may be able to see that the market is coming here for another drop. So once we see further entry, we can look for. And 30 minutes price action that you can see, it's currently coming for another drop here. So you can see here in this area, that the market is almost most of the trade bull in winning, sir. Okay, now what we can see here in this area, that the market is pushing down, and that being said, here with a bearish drop, this market, this is the 15 minutes chart, you can see the price after cross of this high breaking below with another this is the 5 minutes move, also showing possible trend continuation here. And as the 4-hour close coming in 8 minutes, so we might see that potential trend continuation in this market. Looking at the 5 minutes to see how the market structure is being evolving, and it's a sharply falling market. So you can see two important 5 minutes doji formation here, so that giving that the market may continue to trend downside here. Pretty sharply falling market at the moment. So the way the market structure has formed, which is possibly to trend in this direction, and just would like to see that the candle close on the 4-hour to see how the price has closed. And after the candle closed, we may see a weak fill here, which we're expecting. And as soon as you can see the lower time frame showing a pullback again. So with this weak fill, okay, this is the lower time frame, and I will be looking for further entry as soon as we see the market has formed any kind of liquidity candle. This is the 5 minutes candle. There might be another one, and if the price has grabbed liquidity from this 20 EMA or somewhere in that zone where there is a key area, we can look for selling in this market. We are almost at the end of this session, but not end of the trading. I'm coming on live every day, guys, to trade with all of you beside our regular premium trading that in the academy. If you guys like this stream, make sure you like this stream and also stay connected by joining. You can find a Telegram link below this video for more update, education, analysis, and also randomly we take members from the Telegram to the premium to learn and grow as a trader with me. That being said, I'll see you again, guys, again trading live together. I hope that you enjoyed this session. Stay connected, stay well, stay happy. We'll see you very soon in tomorrow, same time, another live.